Uh, I know right now we are getting busier. No matter we are busier in life, okay, busier in going out to have some fun. But don't forget to have more fun in gardening as well. Okay, so gardening is very good for our health, for our environment. So the purpose for the series today, Urban Gardening Series, we would like to share some relax and easy tips to do gardening. Okay, and also clarify some myth in gardening as well. So again, please write down, feel free to write down your problems, your questions in the comment today. I think it's really precious to let other people understand your problem so that they can probably avoid that problem in the future. We also find that sometimes we learn more by interaction, by how you share your what are you doing in the comments, so that we can have that in discussion. Okay, we also can learn that. So we really appreciate if you are willing to put your sharing in the comment down here. So before we start our main topics today, let me introduce a little bit about our company. Okay, so as you can see here, we wish that we can create the most eco-friendly and fun gardening experience for our friends. So we have two brands. One is Baba. So Baba including the biodegradable plastic flower pots, organic potting mix, and Mr. Organic here, as you can see, Mr. Organic here. So Mr. Organic originated from Mr. Organic. So Mr. Organic including organic fertilizer, organic pesticides. So all these products actually you can find from let's say the nurseries, the hyper chain store markets. You can find from there. Okay, we also do a lot of CSR and also public education, because I think this is really important, no matter to consumers, to farmers, on why and how we should support organic and eco-friendly products so that we can preserve a better environment for current and future generations. Especially recently, we fear that the climate change is getting more happening. Okay, the weather is getting hotter. Okay, the water system is getting polluting. So I think is now the time we can do something that we can do from small to protect our earth. So okay, we come back to the topic here. So what we'd like to share today is the secrets of successful Adenium planting. Okay, so for this topic, I should credit to our Sifu. Okay, so let me introduce our Sifu a little bit. Okay, so Sifu, okay, so as you can see here, our Sifu is Mr. Ko Cheng King. He's a professional Adenium grower with more than 15 years experience. So he won a lot of awards, as you can see here. He wrote in Chinese, but you see it has won a lot of awards from 2010 to 2018, including 3 times of total champion, 30 gold awards, 15 copper awards, 20 awards of excellence, and so on. Okay, so so he shared with us a lot of Adenium maintenance technique before this. And actually, we would like to we organized this workshop in Chinese before. We want to invite him to share with us in English, but he say he cannot speak English really well. And then so he authorized us to share these techniques with you guys in English. So don't miss this opportunity, and don't let your friends miss this opportunity. Welcome to share a lot with your friends over here. Okay. All right. So let me see let me see who is online here. Daphne, good morning. Thanks for coming. Irene Tan. Okay. So you are new to growing Adenium. Okay. All right. So, okay, Irene Tan. Okay, so welcome to join as long as you can, and then if you really need this, and then you can PM to us. Okay, on this. Michelle. Okay, so you have that problem. We will explain about that problem later on. Okay, and how we can avoid that. How can we mitigate that? Okay, so by the way, there are so many people I know my friends, my colleague. Okay, there are so many people love growing Adenium in Malaysia. So how about you? Why you love Adenium too? Okay, please welcome to share with us in the comment down here why you love the Adenium. Okay, so to many people, okay, I don't want to say I don't want to say the answer, but please welcome to write your comment why you love Adenium right here. But I know, okay, something that Adenium signify. Okay, so they probably would like the Adenium to become fatter. Okay, the fatter the Adenium, the richer you will be. Okay, so I think some of our friends may understand what I mean. Okay, so actually there are a lot of Adenium that you may get in Malaysia. Okay, so let me share with you some species over here. So let me put out some pictures over here. Okay, so just now I say about the Sifu. You see, he won a lot of award. You can see 2012, 2015, 16. Okay, so we come back to the species over here. So the first species you can see is what they call the Taiwan Mini or Cambodia Mini. So as from the word, is originated from the word. Okay, is originated from Taiwan. And this one, actually, you can see this small size. It takes around 8 years to grow into this size. And then this one, it grows starting from the seed, okay? And then it's called mini because due to the smaller branches, smaller stem, and smaller leaf too. So they call it mini, Taiwan Mini. And as you can see here, the next one, this one would be the Thailand DHA or Dorset Horn Adenium, okay, DHA. So this species come out only since the year 2009. So this species also grow very, very slow and much slower than the Taiwan Mini just now. So you see, so very cutie over here. So this one actually come out on 2009 because they cross-pollinate these different kind of species and to come out with this DHA. And the next one you can see is the Thai Soko, so or what they call the Socotanium. So this one I think is quite common. Okay, quite common the species over here. And then for this one, RCN cutting. So this RCN cutting actually originated from one Adenium cutting, okay, from Arab, okay. So this species is called Regini. R stands for Regini. So there's one Thailand boy who worked in Arab before, brought this cutting back to Thailand and grow in his house in Thailand. So during the summer season, where the Thailand is much hotter than Malaysia, okay, hotter like 30 to 40 degrees Celsius, it blooms many flowers, okay, and bloom around like 1,000 flowers within this tree, okay? So when the Thailand queen, she passed by, she really loved this Adenium. So she also named it 1,000 flowers or queen flowers. And right now, you can see it also come with RCM bonsai and many deco and so on. So you can see there are a lot of species going on. Okay, I can say there are more than 100 species of Adenium in Malaysia you can find. All right, so okay, so Michelle Wong, okay, you talk about the seed. Okay, later I will talk about that. Okay, yep, like toy, the flowers are attractive. Yes, definitely. Okay, and I can say this Adenium could consider as one of the minimum maintenance plants that you can enjoy the beauty, but not so put a lot of effort to take care of them. Okay. So Sarah Choi, okay, yeah, okay, thanks. Your mom love them. Hello, Shirley Chia, morning. Okay, good morning. Thanks for coming, Shirley. All right. So right now, okay, so right now we come to the main topics right now. Let us come to the first section, okay? So the first section we will talk about, okay, how to choose the right Adenium, okay? So that we can take care of it much easier. So when you go to nursery, okay, so how can you buy the right Adenium, okay? So you so that you can have a good kickstart from take care and maintaining the Adenium. So the point is that when you choose Adenium, okay, better to choose the green one instead of the gray one. So let me show you the comparison over here. So as you can see, okay, originally I probably bought it from here. Okay, I bought it from this size of pot. Okay, you can see. All right, so let me show you on the screen over here. Okay, all right, so let me show you on the second cam 2. Okay, as you can see. All right, cam 2. Okay, so let me focus on the screen here. So as you can see, okay, so you see this part, okay, I shake it. Okay, so this, the left hand side, okay, on my side, okay, this one is green and this one is gray. Okay, so better to choose a green one because the green one represents the plant is younger, it has a lot of room of development, the roots can grow a lot. The gray one will grow 3 times slower, okay, 3 to 4 times slower than the green one. So as you can see from the root structure over here, you see the green one, the root structure is actually pretty healthy. You see all of them are white in color, okay, very fresh, okay. But for this one, you can see the gray one actually is hidden, okay, because when we bought it, it's hidden inside the soil, we cannot see it. But I clear it out, you see the roots here actually is pretty, you see, it's rotten already, you see. So later I will demonstrate this on how can we do the root cutting over here and then to trim it and then to save the plants. Okay, later we will talk about that. But you see, this is not a good start when you're maintaining it. Okay, because the root is rotten. So that's why it cannot absorb the nutrient over here and it become old. Okay, so that's the point. Okay, so that's why when we choose, we better to choose the green one. All right. So we come back to cam 1. Sometimes. Okay. Okay, we come back to cam 1. Okay, so sometimes you may see green stem like this, but without leaf. It's okay if you choose the green stem without leaves because probably you really love that species. Okay, then you want to leave it, but if come without leaves, this plant may be due to spider mites problem, maybe due to disease problem, or the leaf drops. So if we brought back, it may start to spread to other plants as well. So, but if you really love this species, you want to insist to grow this species, what you can do is you may trim it, you may cut it, okay? Cut it like this, okay? Later we will demonstrate. Cut it and don't water for 1 to 2 weeks to let the cut recover. And this cutting will actually grow into new branches and also grow into new leaves, okay? All right, so this is the part for section 1. So do you have any questions regarding this, how to choose the Adenium? Okay, let me see over here. All right, so Wendy, okay, thanks for coming. Okay, Stella Choi, okay, thanks for sharing with your friend or with your relatives. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you have any questions, please write down in the comment down here. Okay, so without any delay, let us go to the second section. All right. All right, so the second section we would like to share with you is about the pot and soil changing, okay? So a lot of people asking, okay, does Adenium really need to change the soil or change the pot? Or the Adenium can grow well without changing pot and soil? Okay, well, okay, for your information, it's really important to change pot and soil. I repeat, it's really, really important to change pot and soil. Okay, if you intend to make the Adenium fatter, okay, or what we call this part caudex, C-A-U-D-E-X, caudex, okay. If you intend to make the Adenium fatter or the caudex become larger, of course, we need to provide a larger pot, okay. The larger pot it provides a larger space, then it has the room for the Adenium to become fatter, okay. Changing soil is very important as well because the soil will slowly become acidic in long term due to accumulation of nutrients and also like acid rain, okay, and so on. And sometimes the soil will become acidic. And Adenium don't really like acidic soil. The growth will become retarded. The flowers won't bloom or only like bloom 1 to 2 only. Okay, so let me draw a short conclusion right here. It's really important to change soil and change pot for Adenium, okay? So let me show to you how we change the pot and soil, okay? All right, so for Adenium with this size, okay, so I choose this one. Okay, for Adenium with this size, okay, it's always right to choose only one size bigger, okay? So let me show you how one size bigger. It should be something like this, okay, one size bigger, okay? So I understand a lot of friends, they want to change into a much bigger size like this, okay? They want to directly change into this size because they want to make the Adenium fat in one go. So they may direct choose the largest size pot like this, okay? But there are several risks, okay, behind transplanting the Adenium into this pot way too big from its original size. Firstly, as you can see, these big size, these pots, okay, will retain too much water. It's about retain like 6 to 10 times more water than the previous one, okay? Because the soil capacity is more, okay? So this may cause overmoist to the roots of Adenium. Then the roots will tend to become rotten very easily. All right, even you may control the watering precisely. I use the word precisely, but way before the Adenium grow into big, to the edge of the pot here, probably come to 1/3 or half size of the pot here, the soil already become acidic. So the growth will become retarded, the root will become rotten, the flower cannot bloom, all kinds of problems arise. So you don't know what happened that time because you could not identify the problem, okay, from the outlook here, okay? So the right one should be somewhat like this, okay? Okay? All right, so one size bigger, let me go to the Chem 2, okay, because I need to show how big is that. Okay, let's go to the Chem 2 here. All right, so the pot one size bigger means that you measure from the caudex here to the edge of the pot here is about 1.5 to 3 cm bigger each side. Okay, when you measure the distance between the base of the Adenium to the edge of the pot. So 1.5 to 3 cm over here. The other side is 1.5 to 3 cm here. Okay, so probably like after 1 to 2 years, when the Adenium the pot becomes swollen, the soil becomes swollen or bengkak in Malay. So then it told you the need of change pot to change to another pot of one size bigger again, okay? So that's the right way. You grow this in slow manner, okay? But only like once a year only, okay, for the change pot, okay? So this is the tips for the pot changing, okay? So what about the soil? So the soil, today we will use the specialized Adenium soil, as you can see here. Okay, so we will use the specialized Adenium soil. Okay, include these inside containing the charcoal chip and the burnt soil. Okay, so let me open it and show to you inside here. Okay, so as you can see here, inside here there is very chunky. Okay, so you see the orange color here. Okay, you can see. This orange color is the red burnt soil, okay? The red burnt soil. And then the black color here, okay, you can see the black color here actually is the charcoal chip. So why we use the charcoal chip and the burnt soil over here? So originally, the charcoal chip and the burnt soil is something like this. Okay, let me put aside. So you can see this is the burnt soil, this is the charcoal chip. So okay, let me show you the charcoal chip over here. So when you see the charcoal surface with the microscope, you will see the charcoal surface is very porous. There are many small holes inside. So these small holes and the carbon content inside will actually help to retain optimal amount of water and nutrient. At the same time, it also helps to neutralize the accumulation of soil acidity we mentioned just now. On the other hand, the burnt soil, which is burned under very high temperature, you can see it's very hard, okay? It's very hard here, okay? It's not easily dissolved and become not won't dissolve, become clay. Okay, very hard. It's very hard. So when you add this inside the soil, it will help to promote the water drainage. Then the excess water will flow out. Okay. So right now we show you how to change the pot and soil. Okay. So we come back to here. All right. So firstly, okay, we need to put a base layer of. Is it okay if let me see? I should move it closer. Okay, like this. Okay, yeah. All right. So firstly, we should put a base layer of the media first. So how high is the base media? It depends on whether you want the caudex to grow larger or not. So let's say, okay, so let's say if you really want the caudex, okay, this part, okay, the base of the adenium, you want to grow very fat, okay, growing larger, then you put deeper a little bit. Then the bottom layer, you just put a thin layer, so that this actually, when you grow it, it can put down here deeper, okay? But some of you probably want to remain the adenium grow slower. You don't want it to grow very big. You may fade higher so that the caudex will be above, okay? Will be above the the soil, okay? All right. So let's say many friends want the adenium or the caudex to grow larger, to grow fatter. Then you need to put it deeper. Okay. So after you put a base layer, so this is the right time if you want to put a little bit of slow release if you want. So the slow release fertilizer is about half teaspoon for this size. Okay, half teaspoon for this size. But if you don't want to put it, it's fine. Okay, you can actually boost it with fertilizer later on. Okay, so we carefully place it. We want to make sure that the roots won't broken or won't get hurt. Okay, so after that, we place the remaining space with media. Okay, all right. So let me show you. Place the remaining space with media over here. So you see the soil actually is pretty chunky over here. Okay. So I think the soil is chunky is very important because it wants to let the root grow. Okay, and then I will explain to you why the soil it needs to be so chunky. Okay, so how much we should fill up? Okay, as you can see here, I turn to the other side here. Okay, you see there is an inner line over here, inner line of the pot. So we just fill until the inner line of the pot here. No need to be so high, okay? Because when the roots become more hairy, become more extensive, you put the soil up, okay? So like I said before, the pot will become swollen. The soil also becomes swollen. It will push out, okay? And if you water it, the water cannot drain within 10 seconds. Is the right time you need to change the pot then, okay? So after you finish filling with medium, okay, don't press it. Okay, because like I said just now, we don't want the roots to get hurt. Okay, so what we do, we just pat it. Okay, we just pat it. Okay, let it go into the space here. We organize the soil a little bit. Okay, and like that. Okay, so right after we do the transplanting like this, okay, we water the soil fully until it drains out from the bottom of the soil. Okay. We leave it for another 3 days under direct sunlight to let the roots adapt to the soil environment and let the photosynthesis going on, working. Everything is okay. Okay, it don't have any problem, don't have any transplant shot. Then you can go ahead and water it every day. All right. So we come back to the screen one. All right. So that's how. We do the pot changing and the soil changing. So do you have any problems regarding the demo just now? Please write down in the comment down here. So let me keep the things away so that we can proceed to the next section very quick. I just remember that, okay, some friends asked me before, just wait for a moment. All right, just some friends asked me before, what if I grow the Adenium with cocoa peat mixed with humus, mixed with compost? You see the cocoa peat is something like this. I believe that everyone is familiar with the cocoa peat. Okay, so so the media is okay as long as the water drainage is perfect. Okay, means that you water it within 10 seconds, it can drain out from the bottom of the pot. Okay, but you will know that. But the risk behind using the cocoa peat is that in growing the Adenium. Okay, not for other plants, but in growing Adenium. Okay, so these actually when you grow with the cocoa peat, okay, with this kind of media, okay, the Adenium will grow faster as compared to the charcoal chip and the burnt soil. However, it's growing too fast. Okay, the nutrient absorption is not balanced. Actually the Adenium will become too juicy and end up, if inside is too juicy, it will easily become rotten, and it's also easily attracting a kind of pest inside the soil, which is the soil mealybug. So when you grow with cocoa peat, like after you transplant it for 6 months, 6 to 7 months, you will see there are some white things growing in, white things crawling and growing inside the cocoa peat here. So that one is the soil mealybug. We'll talk about that later on. So for easier maintenance purpose, I would like to say using the media with charcoal chip and the burnt soil will be more suitable for you. Okay, so if you use the cocoa peat, you may need to change the soil for every 3 to 6 months. But for the charcoal chip here, you just need to change the soil every single year. Okay, we need to change the soil every single year. Okay, let me repeat, because we want to reduce accumulation of acidity inside the soil that will retard the growth of the Adenium. Okay, so that's the point. That's the point of the cocoa peat. The difference between cocoa peat and also the charcoal chip here. And I also have some. My colleague also asked me before, what if we break down the brick? Okay, you know the brick. We break down the brick. Okay, make it brittle and put at the base here so that the drainage will become better. Okay, so actually this actually is not that okay, because actually when you break the brick, you know the broken brick, that it will have the sharp edge. Okay, so when the roots of the Adenium is growing, it may hurt. Okay, the sharp edge of the brick will hurt the roots. Okay, so if it hurt the roots will become rotten. Okay, so you may put pebble, okay, or coarse sand instead. Okay, like 10% of coarse sand instead. That would be good enough. All right. So right now, do you have any questions? Okay, let me see the questions on in the comment down here. Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so let me see some comments down here. So Lisa, okay, once we change the soil, what should we do about the old soil? Okay, so if you intend to use the old soil, make sure the old soil is sterilized well. So what I would recommend is you put the old soil into a closed container or closed plastic bag, better to be black in color. Then you can actually expose it to the sun for at least 3 days. Okay, so that it can help to sterilize the bad microbes, and also help to reduce the worms or any small creatures hiding inside the old soil. Okay, or the other way you can do is you can use the hydrogen peroxide, and then to help hydrogen peroxide to spray on the soil, and then to help to sterilize the soil as well. Okay, but the thing is that when you handle the hydrogen peroxide, which you can get easily from online, then you need to handle it with cautious. Okay, so you need to wear gloves. Okay, and then need to handle with cautious. Okay. All right, so Lenny, Benito, okay, so I have these Adenium bulbs, but it takes long to bear the flowers. So I will explain that during the fertilizing section later on why this will happen. Okay, so darling shoots, okay, after planting can put under sun immediately. Yes, actually, yes, that's correct. So after you transplanting, before you go put it under the sun, you need to water it first. Okay, water it fully until it drain out from the bottom. Sorry, where is that? Oh, there. Okay. All right. So after you transplant it, you need to water it until it drain out from the bottom of the soil here. Then you just only put under direct sunlight, very hot sunlight. Why? Because, like I said just now, you need to let the roots, okay, to adapt to the environment. Okay. At the same time, the very large sunlight, the direct sunlight will actually help to promote photosynthesis, okay, and help to start to uptake the water from there on, okay. So this one you can, so you need to make sure you water it first. Then you leave it for 3 days, okay. Don't water it for 3 days. If everything is okay, then you do the regular watering afterwards. All right. So let me see other question. Okay, can use, okay, let me see. Okay, so YT ban over here. Okay, can use a gritty mix for cactus, possible to use soilless for adeniums. So there is two questions. The gritty mix for cactus, yes, you can do that, but soilless for adenum, no, because actually the adenum actually need to uptake a lot of nutrient so that the caudex, okay, the adenum will become to become fatter. Okay, so the thing is that you need to have something that can help to retain the nutrient and water as well. So I think the charcoal and this charcoal chip and also the river earth and inside also have certain amount of percentage of humus that can help to retain the nutrient. So if you use a soilless, for example, like the perlite or the vermiculite to just grow the adenum, I think probably the adenum will become aged with that size. All right. Yes. So Benjamin, on my previously bought Baba soy mostly consists of charcoal chip only. So actually, Benjamin, yes, it needs to be consists mostly of charcoal chip, like I said just now, because the charcoal chip is the right medium. Okay, is the right medium for the adenum. So if you want to grow, like I said just now, the charcoal chip actually need to will help to retain the water, the nutrients. At the same time, it will help to reduce the accumulation of acidity inside the soil. The charcoal chip is a need for the adenum specialized soil. Okay. Okay, let me ask the final question. So the remain unanswered questions, I will leave it to the Q&A section later on and to ask one all together. Okay. So Jesseline, okay, can the soil be recycled? Like I said just now, yes. Okay. But it depends on the condition of the soil. Okay. So let's say the condition of the soil is still okay from outlook. That what you need to do is you need to sterilize the soil. Like I say, you put it inside the container or the plastic, black in color, put under the sun for 3 days, or you can use the hydrogen peroxide to sterilize the soil. Then you can reuse it again. All right. So thanks for asking these questions. These are very good questions. So I love all these questions. So these questions actually will help to other people understand the problems, the symptoms they may face in the future. So welcome to ask questions. I love questions. All right, so we come to the next section, okay, which is watering. All right, guys. Okay, does adenum scared of water or love water? Okay, so let me ask you again. Does adenum scared of water or love water? So the answer is both are correct. Okay, adenum loves water, but scared of accumulated water or overwatering. So the adenum is almost the same family as cactus and succulent. So they call it desert rose because they originated from the desert as well. So the body, as you can see here, the body over here, half of it is composed of water. So you know, the people, if they go to the desert, they want to survive, not only cutting the cactus, but they also can cut the adenum to get the water inside here. However, please remember this statement, okay? We need to water the adenum every day, okay? Let me repeat. We need to water the adenum every day. So the bushier, so why why is this so? The bushier the plant, okay, the more leaves it has over here, okay, the more water it needs due to the transpiration process. The transpiration means that the leaves here actually will bring up the water from the root here and also bring up the nutrient from the soil here, and also it will release the water vapor, especially during the hot day. Okay, so that's why we need to water every day, because it has a great amount of water requirements, okay, due to the transpiration process, especially when we place it under the direct hot sun. But the thing is that Adenium really scared of overwatering. So that's why we need to have a soil that has a very good water drainage. Okay, so if the soil water drainage, okay, is not very good, okay, so this is what happened. Okay, so if the soil water drainage, the water just keep inside the soil here, so the leaf here actually will keep absorbing the water, but after when it get enough already, then the bottom here will gonna explode, because these were the water pressure inside the cell, no matter inside the caudex or inside the root here, will become explode, okay, burst, okay, because too much water pressure. So that's why it get rotten very easily. Okay, so that's why we recommend using the charcoal chip and burnt soil. So if you use the cocoa peat will tend to keep more water as compared to charcoal chip, which will cause higher risk in getting rotten. Okay, so now we come to the point that what will be the suitable time, okay, to water the Adenium plant. So guess what will be the suitable time? Okay, in the past, if I ask this question, most of the people will say better to be morning or to be in the evening, because the afternoon sun is the hottest. They want to avoid that. Okay, but remember, this is another key point. Remember, it's better to be between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, let me repeat. It's better to be between the 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., which is the hottest moment of the day. Okay, so my friends, or probably you guys will feel weird on this. Won't it burn the plants if I water the plants during the hottest moments? Well, it depends on how you water the plants. Okay, so let me demo to you. Okay, so if you water the plant like just pitchy, like just very mist, okay, very small mist like that, okay, just imagine, okay, you are walking on a very hot road, okay, suddenly it just rains, okay, for 1 to 2 minutes only and stop. How do you feel? You will see the road, the hot road, where something like got smoke coming out from the road, right? At this moment, we won't feel colder, but won't feel cooler, but we feel hotter and more suffer, right? Same for the plant here. So the plants will feel hot that way if you just water it very mist, okay? And the next day, the leaves will turn yellow, okay, because it feels suffocated, it feels hotter that way. So the right way we water the plants, it should be like this. We make them to taking a bath, okay? So we water from the top here, okay, taking a full bath for the leaves here. Make sure it's cool down, is water the plants over here. So you water from the leaves here and here, let it flowing down and here to the soil here. Okay, so the advantage of doing this way is because we allow the water to absorb through the leaves here. Okay, because there are some pores of the leaves that can absorb partial water as well. So when we water here, okay, it absorbs some the leaves absorb some water already. That's why the roots no need to absorb so many water. So if we only water from here, okay, then it takes a long process from the root here uptake the water to the leaves here. Okay, so that's why we can do a full bath, okay, for the Adenium plant during the hottest region. At the same time, that the time that from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., that's the best time for Adenium to carry out photosynthesis because the sunlight is the strongest, okay? So if you do like this every day, you will see the Adenium leaves become shining, will become kilat like that, okay? But of course, I understand many people, they could not water the plants 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. probably because of work or because of other family matters that you cannot water the plants at that time. So let's say if you come back from work after 4 p.m., okay? So after 4 p.m., let's say 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., okay? But we still need to water the plant. So using this one, we just water after 4 p.m., we just water to the soil only without contacting the leaf. Because if at night, in the evening, if you water it, contacting the leaf, the water remain on the leaf will attract fungus, will attract disease at night, okay? But of course, this is the, this is the, how to say, this is the not the best watering tips. No, I shouldn't say that. This is not the best watering moment, okay? But at least we can help the Adenium to survive. And if you have time, then you can go back to water at between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. All right, guys, do you have any problems regarding the watering section or the previous session? Okay, please, you may write down in the comment down here. Okay, let me keep the things and see any questions down here. Okay, just wait for a moment. Okay, soak lithium. Okay, can we use the pine wood bark and to mix inside the soil, into the soil? Yes, and yes, but you need to don't fully use the pine wood bark. Okay, the advantage of pine wood bark, okay, if it's in chunk, then you need to make sure that, okay, as long as the water drainage is very good, then it's okay. But don't fully use the pine wood bark because the decomposition of the pine wood bark will happen inside the soil. So if a lot of micro activities happen inside the pine wood bark, it will also have the risk to make the caudex or make the root get rotted as well. So probably half of it could be pine wood bark and half of it could be others like the charcoal chip or the ribbon earth and so on. Okay, so don't fully use the pine wood bark over here. Okay, so Jesseline, okay, during raining season, can we don't water? Okay, this is a very, very, very good question. Why? Okay, it depends on how it rains. Okay, so like I said just now, okay, if during the rainy season, if like very hot weather, suddenly it rain, but only rain for 1 to 2 minutes or even 5 minutes, just a brief minutes, okay, to rain, okay, then we need to water it like a full bath fully, okay, because like I said just now, if only rain for a few minutes only, the plants will feel suffocated due to the hot gas, okay, I should say hot gas, okay, coming out from the root, hot gas coming out from the plants over here. But if let's say if the rain is very large, okay, very rainy, it rains for few hours, then you no need to water the plants. That's the correct one. All right. Pamela, okay, can we water on the flower buds too? Yes. Actually, it depends. Actually, no need to worry about watering on the flower buds unless you purposely you water it and let the force of the water attack punching, I should say punching, okay, punching the just wait for a moment, okay, punching the flower buds. So the thing is that the flower buds here, actually, if the plant is healthy enough, okay, is healthy enough, then the flower bud won't drop very easily. It will remain on the tree over here. All right. So, okay. So no worries to flower on the buds over here. So how about rainy season? Do we need to water every day? Okay, if raining, like I said just now, very huge rain, no need. But rain a little bit, yes, you need to water it. All right. So G Kim, okay, why the leaf get yellow? Okay, I will explain that later on. Okay, but the leaf become yellow is because, like I said just now, if one of the cause is because if you water the plant like this, not full bath or after rain, okay, but just rain a little bit, we don't do anything on that, the plant becomes suffocated. Okay, then the next day it will become yellow. That's one of the reason, but later we will talk about that in detail as well. So during normal day only or water alternate day is okay. So it's better to water every day a Jesseline, okay? But the thing is that if you are busy, then you just water alternate day is still fine, because sometimes, let's say if the people go out to have a trip, a long trip, and then don't water it for 3 to 4 days, the plants can still survive very well, okay, because it's something like cactus and succulent, okay, it can survive very strong. So if you choose to water alternate day, it should be fine, no worries. But if you want the plants to become beautiful, the caudex become fatter, then you need to water every day. All right. Amy Ong, how should you water seedlings? Okay, same method as big as Adenium. Yes, actually, let me show you. Okay, like this. Okay, so this is the seedling plants from the seed over here. So actually, same thing. You need to water it from the top here. But the thing is that when you plant the seed, okay, of course you just water the soil here, okay, because we don't want the seed moving around. Okay, at the same time, when it grow into a small plant, okay, small plant like this, we also water direct to the ground here, because we don't want the root to become disturbed, because the root that time is very weak. Okay, so when it become established like this already, this size, then it start to grow some leaves, and it's very strong. Okay, then you can water it from the top here. All right. All right, so Ji Kim, okay, how to put the fertilizer? Okay, that's the next section. Okay, I would like to talk about. Okay, so let me see. After raining, Lam Yeni, after raining, the next day the leaves will be turned yellow and got brownish patch. Okay, that's because of the disease. Okay, so so later we will talk about the fertilizing part to make sure the plants get healthy that way. Okay, and then so that after raining, okay, it can survive. It can still grow better. But the thing is that after raining, you need to check the intensity of the rain. So if the rain is more, you still need to water it fully. Okay, give the plants a full bath. But if the rain is huge, then you don't need to water. Okay. All right. So let me stop the question over here. Let us proceed to the next section. Okay. All right. So the next section, yes, just now Ji Kim talked about the fertilizing part. So right now we would like to talk about the fertilizing. So just now I mentioned that during the transplanting section, you may apply the straw lilies over here. Okay, during the transplanting, about half teaspoon for this size. But the straw lilies just act like a base, very, very basic nutrient to sustain the plants. Okay, so in case we accidentally forgot to fertilize the plants for 1 to 2 times, it can still survive. It can still grow in a minimal rate. But yet, we still need to apply fertilizer for Adenium plants. So the most suitable fertilizer for Adenium is organic fertilizer. Okay, let me repeat, organic fertilizer. This is recommended by the CIFO as well. So mainly organic fertilizer. So why not chemical fertilizer? Because the NPK of the chemical fertilizer is too much. Let's say NPK 15, 15, 15 or 12, 12, 17 is too much, and it dissolves inside the water and soil very fast. So if we cannot apply the chemical fertilizer precisely, sometimes we accidentally apply too much towards the small space on the Adenium over here. You will see the root hair of the Adenium start to get damaged and start to get rotten. Okay, and another thing is that the chemical fertilizer will cause the soil to get easily hardened as well. Okay, so while the organic fertilizer contains the organic matter, which means it should contain more than 50% of the fiber, okay? And then when we apply inside, it can help to soften the soil. Even let's say if we apply the organic fertilizer, accidentally double extra on the pots here, it won't hurt the root very easily because it takes some time for the microbes inside the soil to break down the nutrients and absorb by the roots here, okay? So what we need to do, if in case you accidentally put too much over here, the organic fertilizer, you just need to water it, okay? And it will direct the nutrient and you can save the plant. But if we accidentally put too much organic fertilizer, most of the time we cannot save the plant already. So what kind of organic fertilizer we can apply to the plants over here? So we can apply the organic fertilizer with balanced NPK, okay? Or I would recommend you can use the NPK like 549. You can see over here, okay? 549, okay? Because it will provide enough nutrients to grow the leaf over here. Okay, so you can see the K, the 549, the K is higher. This higher potassium rate will actually make the roots and caudex harder as well. Okay, then the liter, this one, the fertilizer is little bit alkaline. Okay, so this alkalinity will actually help to balance and neutralize the acidity built out inside the soil as well. Okay, so for example, if we want to apply this fertilizer, how much we should apply? Okay, so we go to this Chem 2 over here. All right, so if we have this size of, okay, so let's say we have this, sometimes we could get this small size. Oh, let me get a stable one. Okay. All right, so you can see, so like this one. So for this size, okay, how much we apply? We only need to apply half teaspoon. Okay, so let me show you how half teaspoon is that. You can see the half teaspoon over here. So your half teaspoon, okay, you just apply to the side of the roots over here. Okay, for this one, okay, for this size, we just need to apply 1 teaspoon. Okay, 1 teaspoon. Okay, we just put at the side over here. All right. So if you have a larger size pot, let's say we have a 1 foot larger, okay, 1 foot larger pot, 1 foot larger, then we need to apply 1 handful, okay, like this, 1 handful, okay. So let me show you the 1 foot larger, for example, something like this. Okay, you can see. Okay, let me take this away. Okay, just wait for a moment. Okay. So this one is 1 foot larger, you can see. Let me show you. See, okay, you see this is growing very big. Okay, like this. So this is about 1 foot large. So what we can, so when we need to apply, we apply like about 1 handful, something like this, you can see. Okay, you just apply it to the side over here. So right after you apply, you need to water the plant, water the soil a little bit to let the fertilizer to start broken down into nutrients by the microbe inside the soil. Okay, so this is the fertilizing rate. Once a week, okay? If possible, you can do it once a week. If not, okay, then you can do it once every 2 weeks. All right, so this is how we fertilize the plants. All right, we come back to the Chem 1. Okay, so the thing is that, okay, many friends, they would like to expect that the adenium, they want to let the flower boost, okay, boost flower like you. Just now I showed in the slide that like Sifu get awarded in the competition, have bloomed 100 flowers, even 1,000 flowers, okay, like that, okay. So if you really want to bloom the flower like that, you will need to apply the foliar liquid fertilizer, okay? Foliar liquid fertilizer with higher in phosphorus P, okay? Which means the ratio of the phosphorus is way higher than the N and K. The second number need to be high. So you may use the chemical one, okay, to spray on the plant. Okay, P is higher. Sometimes you can get 12, 30, 12 or 12, 50, 12, something like that. Or you may use the eco-friendly version like this, the 50X. Okay, so this is actually the beneficial microbes or metabolites that can help to induce the buds and flowers. Okay, The thing is that, as according to as from the seafood experience, okay, boosting the flower like this, okay, we can only do it one time, okay, but not do it every time. Don't every time we want to see it very beautiful, we boost it, because this action, when we boost the plants to bloom the flowers, it will really hurts the plants, okay, because it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of nutrient, it takes a lot of base to let it flower, okay, just like woman pregnant, okay, if the woman pregnant this year, if next year pregnant again, and then somehow the woman will feel very I should say suffer, okay, because the woman may not get rest enough, okay, so that's why if okay, so that's why applying organic fertilizer will be the best option for easy maintenance. Then we let it grow naturally and flower naturally. Probably it won't give you the flowers like hundreds or thousand flowers, but you should see probably like 10, 20, or 10 few flowers, okay, like that. So if you make sure that these plants have a good healthy base, okay, in Malaysia, you should see the Adenium bloom the most during March to May, because that's the hottest period in Malaysia. Okay, so we need to make sure, so we can target this season, March to May. So before that, we need to regularly fertilize the plant to make sure the plant has a healthy base to bloom the flowers. All right. So the seafood, they when they bring to the competition. Similarly, they expect, okay, when they want to the flower to get bloom. Before that, okay, they 2 months before, they just spray with the chemical foliar fertilizer only. But regular maintenance wise, they still use the organic fertilizer. All right. So do you have any questions regarding the fertilizing part? Okay, so let me keep the material a little bit here. All right. So, okay, so let me see the comments over here. Okay, so Amy Ong, okay, can spray Epsom salt water. Okay, the Epsom salt water actually inside containing the magnesium. So actually the magnesium, when you spray to the Adenium plant, you will expect the leaf will become greener because it promote the chlorophyll, okay, inside the leaf. But if you intend to make the flower bloom, okay, then the Epsom salt is not for that purpose, okay. But that one is a good supplement for the plant to become greener, okay. Then Epsom salt is the one. All right. So Lisa Yap, is flowering 549 alone is sufficient for Adenium, or what about Osmocote? Yes. So actually, the Osmocote, like I say, the Osmocote you can is better you put during the transplant season, transplant periods. So when you transplant, like I said just now, after you put a base layer of the soil over here, then you put a little bit of the Osmocote or the straw release, okay, over here. So the Osmocote will perform as the base, okay, to let the plants absorb little bit by little bit, okay, to let it grow minimally. But when we want to we want to let it growing larger and fatter, then it's better to use organic fertilizer. 549 is good enough to maintain it, okay. So Michelle Mark, okay, so what is the right timing to put the fertilizer? Okay, that's I should say, you can put anytime. So no worries, there's no any timing for putting the fertilizer. But the thing is that after you put the fertilizer, especially the organic fertilizer, you need to water the plant to initiate the process of the fertilizer broken down to become nutrients, okay? All right, so me. Okay, so I think this is really helpful. You share about what you're doing with other people, other friends over here. So I don't put Osmocote, I only put fish fertilizer, vermicompost, phosphorus powder, a lot of flowers, and the plants grow very big. I think this is very good. Okay, so if you put that way, okay, you can maintain the plant that way. That's very fine, because the fish fertilizer actually contains the end that can promote the leaf. Okay, the vermicompost actually it gives you the really good base nutrient, and the phosphorus it can help to induce the bud. Okay, so this is a very good good mixture as well. If you guys understand this, you can do that as well. Okay. All right. So okay. Okay, G Kim. Okay, how often to change the soil if we have regular fertilizer? How do we need to change the soil still? So actually, it's better. So actually, it's better to change the soil every year. Every year, okay, because the soil will become acid in long term. Okay, so change once every year. That will be the good period, no matter you fertilize or not the fertilize. Okay, so okay, Michelle Lim, okay, can you show us your organic fertilizer? Yes, I show you the 549 organic fertilizer. So this is very good for for the plants who need flowering and also the thicker stem and hard stem. Okay, so the thing is that if you want to differentiate the difference between organic fertilizer and chemical one, so the organic fertilizer should at least having 50% more organic matter, which means the organic fiber. Okay, it can help to soften the soil. Okay, because the organic fertilizer is serve the purpose to recover the soil, okay, back to the optimal rate. So the organic fiber or organic matter is really needed. And then somehow you should look for the organic certificate for the kind of fertilizer, because it's being audited by third party, and then to make sure the production process doesn't add any chemical content inside. So you can look for the organic certified fertilizer. So G-King, okay, seed buds, but they fail to blossom into flowers. Okay, so there could be many reasons. So later I will show the common problem that could make the flower cannot bloom into full, the bud cannot bloom into full flower. All right. So Jocelyn, after pruning, can add fertilizer? No. Okay, it's the other way around. If you intend to prune the plant, you should put the fertilizer first. Okay, so we should put the fertilizer. Okay, let's say we put the fertilizer right after 2 weeks. We just prune the plant, because we need to make sure that the plants have the healthy base first. Okay, then you can only do the pruning. Then only it has enough nutrient base to branch or to do the budding. Okay, so it's the other way around. All right. Okay, let me stop over here for this section first. Okay, then we continue to the next section. So the next section, just now, Jocelyn talked about pruning. Okay, right now I would like to share about trimming parts. Okay, so we would like to talk about trimming. So one of the objectives for growing Adenium is to make the caudex bigger. Okay, to make the tree fat and bushy. Okay, so as you can see from the plant over here, this actually from the outlook itself is too high, it's too leggy. Okay, it's too leggy already. So before we trim the plant, we need to make sure the Adenium plant has already been fertilized for at least 2 weeks before. Okay, so if you have this, let's say just now we talk about the gray plant, the gray color, this unhealthy one, you should fertilize it at least 3 times. Okay, 3 times before, or let's say 3 weeks before, because once every week. So 3 times before, then you only start to trim the plants or prune the plants. All right. So how can we trim the plants over here? Okay, so let me show you on the second, the chem tool over here. All right. So let's see the chem tool. All right. So the purpose we trim the plants is because we want to make it branch. Okay. So when it start to branch, let's say it start to branch that way, then it will grow leaves sidewards, and then it become bushier, and the caudex become bigger as well. So how can we trim? Is we need to identify the tips. Okay. So you can see the tips over here. You see. Hopefully, I can show you on the screen here. It can focus. You see the tips here. The tips here, you see the tips here. You see the tips here? Yeah, these are all the tips. So when you cut it, and then the tips here will grow into branches. Okay, so let's say one. Okay, so we calculate it. Okay, so the right way we trim the plants is to cut at least 3 tips above the caudex. So this is the caudex here. Okay, this is the caudex here. So you count 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So we should cut over here. Okay, then we grow. Then this cutting here will actually grow into another 2 to 3 buds over here. All right. So you cut over here, then grow into 2 to 3. Three branches over here, but the two branches is the best one because it's more symmetrical, and then the 3 buds actually is not good. And it's not beautiful in the long run. Okay, so let me show you. So let's say this. I know I transplant this just now, but let's say this is a healthy plant. Okay, that I already fertilized it 2 weeks before already. Okay, so after I count it 1, 2, and 3. Okay, then I cut it. But the thing is that if we are experienced doing the trimming, so at least I don't think you should trim three tips only. You can count to 4 to 5, because the thing is that if you cut from the 4, if you cut from 3, when we cut it, probably the cut here will get rotten. Then we need to cut another 1 tip lower. Okay, so in order to avoid this, then we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I could cut at 4, 4th tip over here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so I cut over here. I cut at the 4th tip over here, just right above. Okay. All right, so you can see I just cut over here. Okay, so after cut, don't water it. Leave it at least a week, okay, because it don't have the leaf to draw the water already. Okay, so this part will become dry. Okay, so when the tips start to grow some buds already after 1 to 2 weeks, then you may apply a little bit of fertilizer around the plants and start to water the plants. Okay, so after you cut it, you see there are some liquid coming out from here. Okay, so don't water it because this part actually can attract the fungus very easily. So we need to let it recover. Okay, so let it recover. Okay, after 1 to 2 weeks, then we only apply with a little bit of fertilizer and water the plants around. Okay, this is the right way we do the trimming, and after that, it will grow into two branches from here. Okay, it depends. How can we identify? Because if we of course, we can cut it at higher place at here. But the thing is that if you cut it over here, okay, this actually, the part here is too long. When it branch, it don't have a fat base, okay, or broad base to branch over here. So that's why we cut from the lower part here. The tips is we cut from bottom here, 1, 2, 3 tips, okay. And then if we are inexperienced, we cut from the bottom here, 4 to 5 tips here. Okay, then we let it dry. All right, and then we come back to the chem 1. All right, so how regular we should do the trimming? Okay, of course. Okay, we want it to trim like 1 to 2. Okay, 1 to 2, and then 2 to 4, because 1 to 2 branches, and then 2 will become 4 branches after we trim again. But we don't want to do it too fast, because the Adenium plants need to take time to recover and grow up. Okay, so at least you need to wait another 6 to 7 months in interval in trimming, or the most only trim 2 times every year only. Okay, 2 times every year. Okay, of course, if you do the trimming in the regular manner, it will help to induce the flower buds afterward as well. Okay, so right now, this is after we cut already. Okay, we can actually estimate. Let's say we want the flower buds, okay, to bloom between March and May. Okay, between March and May. So the best time we can do the trimming is right after it flowers. Okay, and also during the September. Okay, it will then, when we calculate the timing very well, then it will just nice to bloom during the hottest period in Malaysia. All right, so do you have any questions regarding the trimming part? Okay, so let me see here. Main Kun. Okay, so what about the grey roots? Later, if we still have time, there will become the extra section on about the root trimming later. do that. Gray caudex and gray root can still be pruned and grow like the green caudex. Okay, later I will explain it later on. Okay. All right. If no, okay. Okay, if no, now we come to the next section first, okay? So, okay, now we would like to talk about the common problem. Okay, so this is the problems, okay, that you guys probably that faced before. So guys, welcome to throw all the questions inside the comment down here. So feel free to write anything on here. But right now, let me show you on slides on the common problems faced during maintaining the Adenium, okay? All right, so let's see. Okay, the common problems Adenium over here. Okay, before I come to the common problem here, let me answer some questions. Misha Mark, okay, after trim, can we replant the branch? Okay, so you mean this one, right? Okay, yes, we can actually replant the branch. Okay, so if we have extra time, then I will demonstrate that. Okay, so what can we do with the branch after trim? So actually, this one you can actually try to, if this is the species you want, you can actually dry it. Okay, dry it for few weeks. Okay, or even months. Okay, you can just air dry it. Don't put on the floor. You air dry it, let the cut recover. In case you want to just connect with other base, then you can do it afterwards. Okay, so that one, if we have time, probably we can show you in other section on how can we connect with other plants after base. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's go back to the commons problem. All right. So there are some common problems happen on the Adenium here. For example, okay, you may see the yellow spots on Adenium. Okay, so these yellow spots is due to the spider mites. Okay, so whenever you see the yellow spots, okay, you just need to flip. Okay, you need to flip to the back of the leaves to see whether there are red moving dots behind of the leaves here. Okay, so the red moving dots is actually the spider mites, a kind of pest that will suck the juice of the leaves away. So the spot that has been sucked the juice, that will leave the yellow spot. Okay. The next one actually is the misshapen flowers. So this could be one of the reasons that the flower buds won't become flowers. Okay. And then one of the symptoms could be the misshapen flowers. So these misshapen flower buds, okay, is caused by the thrips here. Okay, so you will see the pest is something like this. You see the long, tiny black body, okay, which will usually hide inside the flower bud. Okay, so these thrips actually will similarly suck the juice of the buds. Okay, the pest, okay, something like this. So as you can see here, you see the bent part, right? So the bent part actually is the spot that have been sucked juice by the thrips over here. So when it grow big, then the injured part will become bent. Okay, so that's the thrip here. And then the next one will be the alien caterpillar. So a lot of friends always told me, wow, this is very beautiful, but they hate as well, and it look like alien or UFO. So these caterpillar actually will make the leaf gone within a night. Okay, and usually you see it will leave poops around because after the caterpillar eats, then it will poop out. Okay, and as you can see, this beautiful creature over here, this is the adults. Okay, so the name of the adult is called oleander hawk moth. Okay, oleander hawk moth. So it will fly to the leaves over there, lay the eggs over there. Then the caterpillar come out. Okay, so and then the soil mealybug. Okay, so later I will talk about that later on. Okay, so if you encounter these problems, okay, please help me to remove the slide. first. Okay, so if you encounter these problems, you may use organic pesticide like the neem type pesticide over here. Okay, the neem type pesticides. Okay, so Dr. Neem. So actually, the Dr. Neem does not only contain the neem only, but it contains a lot of other herbs that can specifically target to reduce this kind of pest effectively. So of course, if you found the neem yourself, let's say you get it from Little India, you get the neem oil, then you need to dissolve the neem oil inside the water. But as we know that the oil cannot dissolve inside the water, so that's why we need to add a little bit of liquid soap, okay, preferably eco liquid soap to dissolve inside the water, okay, or you can put the egg yolk to make the neem oil dissolve inside the water. But this Dr. Neem actually, like I say, it does not only the neem oil, it also formulated with other herbs to specifically target this kind of pest. So one of the mechanism is that it can help to reduce the saliva secretion of the pest and also affect the digestion system so that it causes them die of hunger. Okay, so how can we maintain it? Okay, the right way to maintain let me show you this one. Okay, this one. Hopefully, no, this is way too high. Let me show this one. Let's see. Okay, yeah, okay, it fits inside the screen. So let's say if we have the adenium. Okay, so what we need to do? Okay, mist. Sorry, we need to spray mist. Okay, all right. We shake it first because sometimes the active ingredient will settle to the bottom. So whenever you buy this ready to use, you need to shake it, okay, to make sure the mixture is uniformly uniformly mixed. Then we spray it on the leaves here. The most important part is you need to spray it towards the back of the leaf here. Okay, back of the leaf here. Okay, why? Because let's say the spider mites, they love to hide at the back of the leaves here. Okay, so we need to spray at the backs of the leaf here. Okay, at the same time, also spray around the root cycle over here. Okay, why is very important? Because sometimes the spider mites, okay, the spider mites will hide at the base of the stem over here. Okay, or they will drop, okay, to the base of the stem. They will hide here. So we need to spray at the base of the stem here for extra protection. Okay, so spray at least once a week when that happens, or if that's really serious, the most twice a week with 3 to 4 days interval. Let's say if Monday I spray, already, the next day I spray is on Thursday or Friday. Okay, so I spray regularly, once a week like that. Okay. So, so remember, spray at the back of the leaves here, okay, and also spray on the roots, okay. This is how we maintain the plants over here. All right. So no worries if you really accidentally contact yourself. This is very skin friendly. Okay, good for your skin as well. So it's really harmless and very safe to be used. All right. So we go back to the slide over here. Okay. All right, so the problem will be the soil mealybugs over here. So if we spray this, if we face the soil mealybugs, like I said just now, okay, if you use the cocoa peat, it probably tend to attract the soil mealybugs very easily. If you really encounter the soil mealybugs, the best way you do is you need to change the pot and soil. After you take it out, okay, you need to wash away the roots. Okay, leave it dry for another 3 to 4 days. Okay, then after that you need to transplant it. Okay, then you change with the sterile soil. Okay, and the sterile pot. Okay, then if you want to do extra protection, similarly, okay, you can spray the neem type pesticide around the roots after you transplant. Okay, or you can put a little bit of neem cake and then to reduce the favor of the soil-borne insects inside the soil here. All right. Okay. So that's basically some problems happen in the on Adenium. Okay, so let me see the questions. Do you face any other problems? Okay, or besides the pest I mentioned just now? All right, so darling shoot. Okay. Oh, can you close the slide? Okay. Over here. All right. So, darling, so when to spray, morning or evening? Okay. So actually, it's better to spray during the daytime. Okay. Just avoid the afternoon. Okay, because the afternoon time, like I said just now, the afternoon, the best part is sorry during the daytime, because the afternoon time we want to water the plants if you have time. Okay, so the daytime, it could be in the morning or it could be in the afternoon, just before the evening. Okay, all right. So Stella, Choi, the pest won't go away, especially aphids, even during after spraying the neem. Okay, so Stella, okay, this is legit. Okay, the aphid, I would like to share with you about aphid. The aphid could be the pest, okay, the pest that has the greatest, the fastest rate of reproduction among all the other pests. Okay, so one day, sorry, not one day, sorry, 1 week. Okay, the one aphid can lay 100 eggs. So the second week, 100 eggs times 100 eggs. The third week, 100 times 100 times 100. So if we don't leave, so if we just leave it, okay, then the reproduction of the aphids could be go to 1 million, okay, after a month. So to target this kind of pests, okay, we actually found herbs extract that can target, okay, that can target the aphids, okay, very well. That one you can look for what they call the aphid buster. So this aphid buster, Mr. Ganny aphid buster, actually it works by causing them paralyze the breathing muscle. So as we know, the pest, they breathing by using two muscles, open and close, open and close, open and close. But after you spray that, actually it just make it keep open and won't close, or just keep closing without open. Okay, just paralyze there. So it makes them die of suffocation. And this one actually it works very well for those aphids during serious aphids. So if your aphids problem really serious because it built a population on your plant already, so go for the aphid buster. That one is a quick cure, okay, for the pest. All right. All right, so YT band. Okay, so when is the good time to spray the neem oil? So actually, the good time, like I say, is the daytime. Uh, uh, Nighttime should be okay, but sometimes for some sensitive species, it is probably not suitable to spray during the evening time. So for easier maintenance, I would like to recommend during the daytime. Okay, like the morning or in the afternoon, right after the hot afternoon, like 3 to 4 p.m. Okay. Okay, so can spray on flower buds when spotted the webs on it. You have no choice. You need to spray on the buds here, because the buds could be one of the hotspot that the pest is over there, hiding over there. So you need to spray on the flower buds. Of course, if the flower buds is healthy enough, it won't drop. But when it drops, it means that the flower bud is not healthy enough, because it's already been infested by the pest over there. So you cannot avoid to spray on the flower buds over there. All right. So Sam On, if to spray the garlic water regularly on the plants, will it be all right? I'm not sure what is the how you make this garlic water, but of course garlic has a certain degree of repellency. So so if nothing happened, you spray it as a preventive measure. I think it's good enough. You spray it once a week, okay, for garlic water, it should be fine. Okay, just avoid the hot afternoon, okay. But if it's really serious already, okay, because they start to build up the population, the pest really can reproduce very fast, then I think you need to turn to a highly effective pesticide that way. But if nothing happened, you want to make it into a preventive measure, okay, then that's the right one, is okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let me see other questions here. Okay, so Amy Ong saw the white stuff on roots during the pot changing. So I'm using the adenium planting. So what is the cause and how to prevent and solution? So like I said just now, okay. For this one, actually, like I said, you need to change the soil and pot already. Okay, if it's not serious, if you can identify the intensity, the seriousness of the pest, if early stage, we still probably can reduce it by spraying the neem on the soil here to reduce the population, but it's already built out the population inside the soil already. The fastest way you can do it is to just do a pot and soil changing. Okay, then after that you can do add some neem cake or you spray some neem on the soil, and then for further preventive measure. All right. Okay. Okay, so thanks for asking this question. These questions are very valuable. All right, so now we come to the extra section. Okay, so I think is hopefully okay. I know right now it comes to 11:30 already. So so we have extra section regarding the root trimming. So if you guys can stay here, okay, welcome to enjoy the demo about the root trimming. Okay, if not, okay, then it's fine. No worries on that. Okay. Right now, we come to the extra section on the root trimming part, okay? So the purpose of root trimming, okay, is to make sure the main roots growing larger. Okay, let's say I have prepared the root trimming samples over here. Okay, so we need to make sure the main roots over here is getting larger. Okay, so that the caudex can become larger as well. So before the root trimming, we need to wash it clean like this. Okay, so this one, after I take out from the potting mix, I wash it clean and leave it for 3 to 4 days. Then after that, I just do the root trimming over here. So, okay, so several ways of root trimming. Okay, so let me show you on the cam tool. All right. So you see there are two different kind of roots over here. So you can see the right one. You see this one, the gray color one. Actually, the root here is already start to get rotten. I see there are some friends asking about these rotten roots. How can we trim away? This is a healthy root. Okay, you see the root is white in color. It's very healthy, but we still need to trim it. Okay, need to trim it to let the root growing better. All right. So as you can see here, hopefully you see this part. You see this part. You see this part is very soft. Okay, can you see me? Okay, you see this part is very soft. You see even, okay, you see even you see. Okay, so what I need to do here is I need to trim away the roots over here. All right. So the thing is that, okay, and I just cut it. Okay. So how do you cut it? Okay, so you see when I cut it, okay, you see this part actually is still in gray in color. Okay, in gray in color. So I still need to further cut it down. Okay, so you need to further cut it down until you see the white part over here. Do you see the white part? Let me show you on this one. Oh, sorry, not this. This one. All right. Do you see the white part over here? Okay. So I need to further cut it until we see the white part over here. So to me, I need to cut it full already. Okay. So let me show you another one. I just cut it. Okay. So you see this one? Okay. You see this one? So this is, okay, this is almost there, but I still see the rotten parts over here. I need to cut it. Okay, so I need to cut it further. Okay, so the more you cut it, you see this one, the rotten part, this part over here. So if it shows you that one already, then we need to further cut it down. So eventually for this one, okay, you probably we need to further cut it down. Ready? Like this. You see this? Okay. Similarly, I need to cut this down. All right. Okay. So do you see this one? Okay. here still got the rotten part over here. I still need to cut it down. Okay. So after you cut it down already, you see the flesh already. Okay, you see the flesh already. Then, okay, then you need to, because this is a huge cut over here. So what we need to do is after you cut it already, we need to apply with a recovery gel or recovery agent. Okay, so you can find the recovery gel online is very easily. You just need to rub over here and leave it for almost a month to dry. Okay, almost a month to dry. Then after that, you just plant and grow back into the soil. Later, I will explain this in detail because this way is a really difficult part to recover it. Okay, so I will come back to here later on. But let's say if we come to the healthy root over here. Okay, how should we trim it? There are several ways. Okay, for this one, okay, we need to cut all the non-functional root hair. You see all those, because as we understand, the roots needs to grow downwards, okay? Growing downwards. So we need to make sure that all the non-functional, let's say the root is growing sideways like this, sideways, then we need to cut it away. So we just cut it like this. Oh, by the way, just now I used the scissors to cut the infected root here. So it's better for you to sterilize, okay, the tools before you cut another plant here. So I just do sterilize first. Okay, sterilize. Okay, so after you sterilize the tools already, okay, then you need to cut the roots growing sideways here. The unhealthy roots, okay, I just cut it. Okay, cut it here. Okay, so this is non-functional. Okay, I cut it. Okay, cut it here. Okay, cut it here. Okay, all right. So this is non-functional. Okay. Okay, so as you can see here, you see this root is growing sideways. So if these roots, okay, growing larger, okay, actually it will take up the space and then this is not very good. So we want the roots getting larger by growing downwards, okay? So this one I need to cut it away. All right, similarly, this one I need to cut it away. All right, so we come to this part here. So as you can see, let me see here. Okay, as you can see here, these roots actually tangle to each other already. So if these tangle this one, actually these roots won't get larger because these roots, this part of the roots will block the development of these roots. So you see, if there is entangled like this, we try. After I wash already, it becomes softened. So we try to untangle it. So we untangle it like this. Okay. Okay, that way. All right. So this is how can we untangle it. Okay. So if you found, okay, this root actually is blocking the way of this root development. Okay, then I would rather cut this root here. Okay, so one cut. Okay, I'm sorry, we need to make it one cut here. All right. All right, so as you can see here, after I cut it, okay, I cut it here. Okay, then you see the roots over here. So I leave the root hair over here because we need to let this root to draw some water, okay, from this side here. Okay, so after we cut it, okay, then that's basically the roots that we can do already. Then after that, this is the part of the injured, the cut part already. We need to leave it dry. So if the trim injury part is large than 0.50 cent, okay, let me repeat. If the trim injured part is larger than 0.50 cent, then we need to apply it with the recovery agent to avoid the fungus attack. Okay, so we leave it, let it dry. Okay, for this one is about like 1 to 2 weeks to let it dry. Then after that, we just plant it into the soil. All right. So this is how we do the root trimming. there are two tips over here. One is if you found the roots is growing sideways, okay, sideways horizontally, then we need to cut it. Okay, if the roots entangle other to block other roots from developing, okay, then we need to entangle it. If it's still blocking, then we need to cut it. All right, so this is how we do. All right, so we go back to the first screen over here. All right. So let's say, okay, so let's say just now I mentioned that this is the part that we have already cut, right? So this one we need to apply with the recovery agent, okay? Then after that, what we need to do is after a month, okay, we need to apply the surrounding with the root powder, okay, the root hormone. Okay, so we apply the surrounding root hormone. Let's say I get another pot here. Oh, let's say I get another pot here. Yeah, like this. Okay, root hormone over here. So after I apply with root hormone, the center part I put the cocoa peat. The surrounding part I put the charcoal chip, and also the burnt soil. Okay, I want to place on space here. Okay, place it on space here, and then after that, after I apply with the surrounding, I place it softly. Then I need to tie it. Okay, I need to tie it to the side here because I need to let it growing the new roots. So if I place it, I still keep shaking it. Okay, then the roots will actually become disturbed already. It won't form a normal root here. So after I apply the root hormone powder, I place it on spot, tie it to the side of the pot, make sure it's tied well, okay? Then after about a month, okay, you will see the small roots popping out. You just leave it like that. Then after that, when we need to water the soil, we don't water from the top. We just water little bit by bit from the side over here to make sure the root is undisturbed while it's still having the moist inside the soil inside here. Okay. So after the root pop out, okay, then after the root pop out, for example, after 5 to 6 months, it takes 5 to 6 months to recover in this one. So 5 to 6 months, okay, you need to trim away the, like I say, the non-functional root hair. Then you just leave it like that, and then make the root system to become established in that way. Okay, so this how can we trim the injury part, the rotten part of the plant over here. All right, so let's see if you have any questions regarding this part. Okay, so let's see again. Okay, all right, so let's see. Okay, okay. YT Bam, what caused the deformed leaves on the Adenium? Like I say just now, it's being caused by the trip, so we need to prevent it using the neem-type pesticide. Okay, so Michelle Wong, please share info on the seed pods and planting. Okay, this is a very good one. Let me show you on this one and also the seeds over here. Okay, so this is the seed. Okay, all right, extra time, huh? Okay, so after sometimes on the flower over there, you will see it will grow something like this from the flower. So this is actually the seed pods. So after sometimes it will gonna be explode, okay, from here. So it will gonna explode something like this, okay. It will come out the furry structure like this, okay. So excuse me. So go to the Cam 2. So you can see this is the seed, the kind of seed here. So actually the long one here, you can see the long one. Okay, the long one here actually is the seed here. So we actually can use this kind of seed and then to grow here. So similarly, you need to make sure you just grow into the pot here directly, sowing inside the root here. Okay, then it grow into seedling. So before that, you don't water it too vigorously. You need to water it little bit until the leaves become established and the roots become firm inside the soil already. Then you start to water it from the top and fertilize it normally. Okay, so this is how we do. Okay, so you can collect the seed that way. Okay, from your Adenium plant. All right. So any other questions? All right. So I think we have already over time, and thanks for spending the time so many times with us to enjoy this Adenium gardening section. Okay. So I'm really sorry that we cannot answer all the questions over here, but please welcome to PM us on any questions you have. So let's say if you don't, so let's say if you have problems on the leaf here, let's say, okay, so what you can do is you can take a close picture on here, okay, to let us know what kind of problems you have, or let's say what kind of pests you have, what kind of symptoms you have, and you can take another picture, far photo from here, okay, far photo from here, that we can see how serious is your plant and how can we do the overall treatment on your plants, give you more precise suggestion from there on. Okay, so I think here's the end of the Adenium gardening section. Thanks for spending the time with us. Hopefully, I can see you next time and then for other topics as well. Okay, thank you very much. I shall see you next time. Bye bye. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.